The house at the end of Willow Lane was everything Sarah and Tom Bennett had dreamed of: a quiet cul-de-sac, a wide front yard, and a short private driveway that promised control, space, and a real sense of home. After years in cramped city apartments, they'd inherited the place from Tom's late uncle, who'd kept it pristine but empty for nearly 6 years before passing. The deed was clear. The driveway, forking off the communal street, was theirs, marked in county records, no ambiguity. They moved in with their daughter, Lily, feeling like they'd won the lottery. The neighborhood seemed idyllic: neat lawns, pastel houses, American flags swaying lazily. But within days, Sarah sensed the calm wasn't peaceful. It was enforced. Their first brush with trouble came on day 2, when a woman named Diane Harper strolled up while Sarah unpacked groceries. Diane's smile was tight, her blonde hair stiff with spray, her questions sharp beneath a sugary tone. "How long you staying? Got plans for the yard? I saw a girl in your car, yours." She lingered, handing Sarah her number, "In case you're unsure how we do things here." No mention of an HOA, just that phrase, "how we do things." Tom, usually unflappable, felt the odd vibe too. They chuckled, blaming small-town nosiness, but the laughter faded fast. By week 2, tension crept in. Tom parked his truck a foot past the driveways in VY Cybele line, and the next morning, a note in red marker screamed under the wiper: "Driveway encroachment. Maintain street clearance." No signature, just a crude Google Earth printout circling their lot. Sarah pulled their survey from the kitchen drawer, confirming their boundaries. "Ignore it," Tom said, jaw tight. But the feeling of being watched grew. Curtains twitched across the street. An SUV slowed by their house, idling before speeding off. Lily came home from school, confused, saying a kid at the bus stop warned, "Your mom's going to get in trouble for the driveway." Tom's patience frayed. He installed a motion light by the garage and parked closer to the house, daring another note. Then came the concrete. On a Monday, Sarah, back from dropping Lily at a school event, froze as she turned onto Willow Lane. 3 massive concrete planters waist high, filled with soil, and swaying grasses blocked their driveway, space to trap any car. No signs, no work crew, just an unyielding wall cutting them off. Tom, already home, stood on the porch, arms crossed, face hard. Taped to the door was a letter, vague but smug, claiming the planters were for beautification to discourage unsafe parking. Signed Neighborhood Committee, Street Aesthetics DVY Shown. It listed a P.O. box, no names. Sarah's blood boiled. "What is this?" she snapped. Tom handed her the letter. "I called the city. No project, no permits. If it's on our land, we can remove it." The next day, Sarah filed a city complaint, uploading photos, the letter, and their deed. Tom called Public Works, no record of any project. That night, a new note appeared, pinned to a planter. "Tampering with safety features may result in penalties." Tom crumpled it, trembling with rage. Sarah started a digital folder driveway, EVY, densilogging every photo, email, and call. This wasn't about aesthetics. It was control, a message that the Bennetts didn't belong. Diane smiled that first night. Her curled words about how we do things now felt like a warning. The harassment escalated. Someone slashed Tom's truck tire, not random, but a precise cut. The planters were painted gray, bolted into the asphalt, sealed with epoxy to fuse them to the road. A dead squirrel appeared on their porch, placed deliberately, eyes open. Sarah disposed of it, gloves on, stomach churning. The city dragged its feet in. Inspector confirmed the planters blocked drainage, but said removal could take weeks. Then came a letter from a residential oversight board, threatening to cut garbage pickup or street maintenance unless they complied with a fake VY Sewell continuity clause. It was blackmail, plain and simple. Sarah emailed their attorney, a friend of Tom's brother, attaching every document. "Can we stop this?" she wrote. The reply was swift. "Yes. We'll notify the city of CIVYL interference and demand who's behind this board. Likely no one legal." But the pressure didn't let up. A man in a van worked on the planters one afternoon, unscrewing something with a power tool, unbothered, as if he owned the place. Sarah snapped photos, heart racing. An email from admin at neighborhoodguidelines.net warned her to stop photographing authorized contractors. Tom installed a floodlight. Sarah ordered a trail cam. They weren't paranoid, they were under siege. The neighborhood turned colder. Neighbors avoided eye contact, parked with eerie precision, drew curtains tight. Lily asked, "When can I ride my bike again?" The driveway was her only safe space, now stolen. A flyer in her backpack advertised a community youth day for compliant homes, only a jab at the Bennetts. Tom, a fixer by nature, grew quiet, his shoulders heavy, staring at the planters like they were mocking him. Then, one morning, a bag of fertilizer was thrown across the driveway, powder scattered like a taunt. Tom cleaned it without a word, but at dinner, he said, "I'm done waiting. If the city won't act, we will." He called his father, Frank Bennett, a retired road worker with 40 years of grit and no patience for nonsense. Frank didn't ask questions. "I'll be there Thursday. Bring coffee." At dawn, he rolled in with a rented forklift, yellow and battered, chained to a flatbed. Sarah watched from the porch, thermos in hand, as Frank climbed in, adjusted the seatbelt, and drove straight to the planters. No hesitation, no glance at the neighbors peeking through blinds. The first planter lifted with a groan, soil spilling. Frank swung it across the cul-de-sac and dumped it into Diane Harper's backyard pool with a thunderous splash. Water surged over the tiles. Sarah's heart leapt not with fear, but thrill. One by one, Frank hauled the others, each crashing into the pool with finality. By the last drop, police cruisers pulled up. Tom met them, calm, handing over a folder deed, survey, inspection notes, cease and desist letter, photos of the fertilizer and squirrel. "Unauthorized structures on our property," he said. "City confirmed drainage issues." We waited 23 days. Nothing. The officers inspected the bolts, sighed, and filed a report. No citations. They left. Sarah stood on the porch, pride swelling. Frank sat in the forklift, engine idling, unmoved. The neighborhood exploded in whispers. Ring camera clips and smartphone videos of Frank's forklift spread through group chats, a silhouette against the dawn as concrete sank into Diane's pool. No one posted publicly, but the message was clear. The Bennetts fought back. The next day, a man from District Integrity Oversight delivered a summons for a community board hearing, citing unpermitted equipment usage. Sarah flipped through the vague threats, finding no legal weight. Their attorney, Carla Reed, met them at a cafe. "It's a bluff," she said. "A show trial to scare you. Go, but not to defend expose them." The hearing was in a library's multi-purpose room, all folding chairs and stale coffee. Diane sat at the front, blazer crisp, flanked by a man named Victor Cole and two compliance advisors. She spoke of communal guidelines without naming the planters. Victor droned about VY Sewell zones and public disturbances. Then Carla stood, laying out documents, inspection reports, emails. The county map pro VY in the driveway was private. "Every action my clients took was legal," she said. "Your responses? Misleading, retaliatory, harassment." She tapped a rejected zoning petition. "You tried to enforce a denied corridor after illegal installations. That's not community. That's coercion." The room froze. Diane's posture cracked. No one rebutted. She mumbled an apology for misunderstandings and adjourned. Outside, Tom asked, "Think they got it?" Sarah nodded. "They saw what happens when you push too far." Silence followed, not the tense kind, but retreat. Weeks later, the whispers died. Diane faded, a shadow watering her drained pool, never looking up. The city rejected the zoning proposal, citing harassment. Trash pickup resumed. Lily biked freely, her laughter echoing. Sarah gardened, each root a claim to permanence. Frank left that day, handing Tom a laminated deed with handwritten notes. "Driveway edge here. Utility line there. If they try again, make him read this," he said. By May, a new couple toured a nearby house. Their agent asked Sarah, "Is it quiet here?" She smiled. "Quiet as it needs to be." That night, Tom and Sarah sat on the porch, his beer cold, her hand in his. "Never planned to fight, did we?" he said. "No, she replied. But we knew we'd win if we had to. The stars pierced the dusk, and Willow Lane exhaled. They weren't just homeowners. They were home. What do you think, did the Bennetts go too far? Or was Frank's forklift justice overdue? Should neighbors have spoken up sooner? Or was their silence complicity? Could this have ended without a splash? Drop your thoughts below. Hit like if you felt the tension, and subscribe for more stories where lines get drawn and battles get real.